Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Kathleen, a food-motivated hiker, solo backpacker, backpacking coach for women, and the hungry hiker here on YouTube. Here's a fun fact about me. I used to be terrified of hiking alone. Now, I solo hike more than I hike with anyone else, and I love it. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how I overcame my fears of hiking alone, and I'll show you how you can do it too. Whether you're worried about getting lost, encountering wildlife, running into creepy people, or just being out there by yourself, this video is packed with practical tips and mindset shifts to help you gain confidence and feel safe whenever you're out on trail by yourself. If you're excited about this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for new videos each week about hiking, backpacking, and tips on how you can plan your next outdoor adventure. Let's go hiking. When I started hiking over 10 years ago, I fell in love with it and wanted to go hiking all the time. The more I wanted to go hiking though, the harder it was to always find someone else to go hiking with me. It sounds kind of silly for me to say now, but the thought of hiking alone didn't really cross my mind right away. Eventually, I found myself getting sick of trying to work around someone else's schedule and got tired of being canceled on. Why should I have to wait for someone else to go hiking with me? Why couldn't I just go by myself? Hiking alone would mean I could go hiking anytime I wanted to, whenever I wanted, and wherever I wanted to go. There was just one little problem though. The thought of going hiking alone terrified me. Where would I go? What if I got lonely? What if I ran into a creepy person? What if I saw a bear? What if I got lost? What if I got hurt? And what would I tell my mom, because I know she wouldn't be super thrilled about me wanting to go hiking by myself. I was so quick to tell myself all the things that could go wrong if I went hiking alone, but what about all the things that could go right? Was I really going to let these fears and all of these what ifs hold me back from doing something I loved? I have a sticker that was given to me by one of my backpacking students that says, "Fears lose power when you face them." I absolutely love this sticker, and I look at it daily as a reminder that yes, I can do hard things that scare me. When I finally decided to face my fear of hiking alone, I picked a new-to-me trail that had been on my list for a while, one I really wanted to do but hadn't gone around to hiking yet. For my first solo hike, it rained on me the entire time. The trail was completely covered in mud, and I seemed to be the only one out there. I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't scared. But as soon as I reached the lake, which I could barely see because it was covered in thick fog, I felt an instant boost to my confidence. I realized that yes, I can do this. Solo hiking wasn't as scary as I had built it up in my head to be, and now I was addicted and already thinking about planning my next solo hike. My only regret was not giving myself permission to go hiking alone sooner. So let's talk about fears you might have about hiking alone. It could be the fear of the unknown, like hiking on a new trail in an unfamiliar area, unpredictable weather, possible trail obstacles, and unknown road conditions leading to the trailhead. It could be the fear of being alone out on trail by yourself, running into creepy people, wildlife encounters, getting lost, getting injured, or maybe it's other people's fears of you wanting to go hiking alone. The concept of solo hiking really scares a lot of people. Ask most people why they don't go hiking alone, and they'll probably say it's because they're scared of fears like these. I want to start by saying having any one of these fears is completely valid and common for anyone who's considering solo hiking. I know personally I had a lot of these fears myself when I first started hiking alone. The good news, each one of these fears can be faced thoughtfully and responsibly with preparation, knowledge, and experience. So let's talk about how to manage each one of these fears, starting with the fear of the unknown. Start with doing some research for the trail that you want to go hiking on. You can use apps like All Trails, Gaia GPS, Onyx Backcountry, or local land management and trail agency websites to check out current trail and road conditions, the level of difficulty, information on parking access, weather forecasts for the area, and read recent trip reports written by other hikers. Another great resource to use when doing your trail research is to call the local ranger station in the area you plan on hiking in to get more up-to-date trail and road condition information. In addition to researching current trail and road conditions, you'll also want to check the current weather forecast for the area you plan on hiking in, not the nearby town. Town and mountain weather can often be two very different things. Check websites that provide detailed weather information like Windy, Mountain Forecasts, and the National Weather Service to get a more accurate weather forecast for the area you actually plan on hiking in, not the nearby town. Another common fear people have about solo hiking is the fear of being alone. If the thought of being alone by yourself out on trail scares you, ease into the solitude experience by starting with doing shorter hikes in a busy area. Then slowly build up to longer and quieter trails as your comfort and confidence increases. Consider bringing a comforting distraction with you, like listening to a podcast or music to help you feel more comfortable about being out on trail by yourself. Just make sure you only have one earbud in at a time so that you can still hear and be aware of everything that's going on around you. Another great distraction would be to pack the snacks you love. I mean, who doesn't love a good snack when you're out hiking? Also, focus on the mindfulness of the solo hiking experience. Instead of thinking about hiking alone as being isolating, think of it as being empowering instead. Hiking alone can help you stay present in the moment, allowing you to truly take in the sights of the trail without being distracted by a super chatty hiking partner. Another common fear people have about solo hiking, especially female hikers, is the fear of running into creepy people. In all of my personal experience of solo hiking several hundred, maybe even thousands of miles at this point, I can honestly say that most of the people I've run into while hiking alone have been really nice and non-threatening. When it comes to encountering other people out on trail, always trust your instincts. If someone gives you a bad feeling or something feels off, don't hesitate to turn back or create distance between you and that person. One of the most powerful tools you have is your gut feeling. Learning to listen to it and act on it teaches you to trust your own judgment, which is key to feeling confident and capable when you're hiking alone. Another way to help manage this fear and create peace of mind is to pack gear that will help you feel safe while you're hiking alone. As a solo hiker, I never hike without a fully charged satellite messenger like this Garmin InReach Mini 2. Satellite messengers with two-way messaging give me the ability to call for help in the event of an emergency or to have contact with the off-trail world whenever I'm out of cell and Wi-Fi service. If you choose to use a satellite messenger, make sure it's fully charged, the device and subscription is set up and activated ahead of time, and that you know how to use the device and all of its features. It's also a good idea to pack a portable charger with you so that you always have a way to charge all of your electronics whenever you're out on trail. Safety gear can also be as simple as having a whistle, a personal safety alarm, a knife, or a multi-tool. Most packs will have a built-in whistle on the sternum strap, so check to see if your pack has one before buying a whistle and packing it for your hike. Another common fear people have about hiking alone is the fear of wildlife encounters. Wildlife encounters are quite rare, but the potential for harm is still a real concern. With that in mind, if one of your fears of hiking alone is encountering wildlife, take the time to learn about the different types of wildlife that could be in the area you plan on hiking in. Learn how to identify and respond to an encounter with one of these animals safely and responsibly. Check out the National Park Service and even REI for guides online that will show you how to handle various wildlife encounters whenever you're out on trail. Here are a few wildlife encounter tips. If you see wildlife out on trail, always give them a wide berth and plenty of space. Make noise while you're out on trail, especially when you're hiking alone. Talk, sing, and even tap your trekking poles together whenever you're hiking through an area where an encounter is possible, especially in low visibility areas. If you do see wildlife out on trail, don't ever approach them too closely and never feed them. And if you want to be extra careful, avoid hiking at dusk and dawn since these are the times of day when wildlife tends to be the most active. If you plan on hiking through an area that's known to have bear activity, consider bringing bear spray with you and keep it somewhere easily accessible on your pack. Make sure to check park and wilderness area regulations for carrying bear spray as part of your trail research before heading out for your hike. Carrying bear spray in wilderness areas like Yosemite National Park and Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park is prohibited, while parks with grizzly bear populations like Glacier National Park and Yellowstone National Park strongly recommend hikers always carry bear spray. Another common fear is the fear of getting lost. Being a solo hiker means you need to be prepared to be 100% self-reliant whenever you're out on trail alone. Learn basic navigation skills. Learn how to read a map and use a compass. Consider taking an online or an in-person wilderness navigation course. For on-trail navigation, if you're using a paper map, make sure you have a map for the area you plan on traveling in. If you're using a digital navigation system, always make sure to download a map of the area you plan on traveling in onto your phone before losing cell or Wi-Fi service. One of the benefits with using a digital navigation app is the GPS feature. Even if your phone is offline, in airplane mode, or out of cell and Wi-Fi service, you can still use the GPS feature, which shows you exactly where you're at on the map, and turn on the tracking feature, which can help you retrace your steps if you get turned around. Electronics can fail, and batteries can drain, especially when you're hiking in the colder weather. If you're using your phone as your main navigation system or are tracking your hike using a digital device, advice, it's always a good idea to carry a paper map and compass as a backup just in case. Navigation systems aside, always be aware of your surroundings while you're out on trail. Stay on the designated trail and pay attention to trail signs and trail markers, especially at junctions, and note natural landmarks you pass along the way. Being aware of what's around you at all times can be helpful with navigating your way back if you get turned around. Another common fear someone might have about solo hiking is a fear of getting injured. One way to help manage this fear is to train and know your limits. Build up your fitness and practice hiking on familiar terrain before taking on harder and longer hikes. Also, familiarize yourself with common trail injuries and their treatments, and consider taking a wilderness first aid course to learn basic first aid. Whenever you go out for a hike, always carry a first aid kit or build your own first aid kit based off of common trail injuries, your personal needs, and any allergies you might have. If you're interested in learning how to put together your own hiking first aid kit, click up here or down in the description below to see how I put together my own backcountry first aid kit, which I always pack with me for all of my hiking and backpacking adventures. Sometimes the biggest fear of hiking alone might not even be your own fear, but someone else's, like a friend, family member, or loved one. If you're dealing with other people's fears of you wanting to go hiking alone, start by addressing their concerns. Loved ones worry because they care. Share with them your trip itinerary, including your route, expected return time, and what they should do if you don't check in with them. Also share with them all of the trail research you've done and the safety gear you plan on bringing with you for your hike. Set boundaries with loved ones by letting them know you've taken all of the proper precautions and that hiking alone is important to you and part of your mental health and personal growth. You might also want to consider inviting them to join you on occasion for an easier hike to help ease their worries. Something important to point out here is that hiking alone isn't about being fearless. It's about being prepared, knowledgeable, and aware. Over time, the more fears you face and the more experience you have with hiking alone, the more your confidence will grow, eventually turning these fears from obstacles into manageable concerns. Now that we've addressed a lot of the common fears you might have about hiking alone and how to manage these fears, let's talk about ways you can overcome these fears. You can start with practicing hiking on a new trail or in a new area with a friend first. Hiking with a friend can give you a chance to get to know the terrain, trail markers, and key features along the trail, which will help reduce anxiety about getting lost when you come back to hike alone. Plus, having a friend along for that first hike on a new trail or in a new area can provide physical and emotional support in case of injury, navigation issues, or wildlife encounters. And if anything unexpected happens along the hike, like a trail obstacle or bad weather, you'll learn how to handle the situation with support, which will help you prepare for knowing how to deal with similar situations when you're hiking alone. If hiking with a friend isn't an option, consider joining a hiking community. Joining a hiking community, whether online or in person, can be a powerful way to overcome your fear of hiking alone because these communities can help replace isolation with support, knowledge, and encouragement. With organizations like the Mountaineers, local meetups, or the community built into the Confident Solo Female Backpacker system, you'll have access to a pool of people to potentially go hiking with as you start to work towards building up your confidence to go hiking solo. Oftentimes, being part of a hiking community allows you to find your people. Many of the students in my online backpacking program say that joining the Confident Solo Female Backpacker system was the community they never knew they needed. The online community within this program has become a source of belonging and confidence for many of the students as they work their way through the program, offering not just advice, but also emotional support and camaraderie that they haven't been able to find anywhere else. Joining a hiking community can help you feel inspired and motivated with seeing others share their stories, challenges, and successes, which can push you to keep getting out there even when those fears start to creep in. You'll discover new places to go hiking as members of these types of communities often share trail reports, photos, and recommendations, which can help you feel more prepared and less uncertain about where to go hiking. Being part of a hiking community also gives you the opportunity to learn from other hikers. You'll have access to first-hand advice about trails, safety, hiking tips, and gear. You can ask questions, share concerns, and get real-world advice from other hikers. And if you're passionate about hiking like I am, you probably love talking about hiking. If your friends and family are tired of hearing you talk about hiking, being a part of a hiking community gives you an outlet to share about your hiking journey with other hikers who want to hear about your adventures. One of the most effective ways to overcome your fear of hiking alone is to start small by choosing familiar, shorter, and easier trails as you begin your solo hiking journey. Starting small can help you gradually build up your confidence without overwhelming yourself. Start with choosing a familiar trail. Choosing a trail you already know helps remove the fear of the unknown, allowing you to focus on the solo experience instead of worrying about navigation or surprises. Shorter hikes can be less intimidating. By limiting your distance and elevation gain for your first few solo hikes, the hike will feel more manageable and within your physical and mental comfort zone. As you build up your confidence with solo hiking, you can gradually increase the miles and elevation gains for each of your hikes. Easier hikes are easier to troubleshoot. Choosing well-marked and well-traveled trails helps keep the risk level low. This way, if something goes wrong during your solo hike, you're more likely to encounter other hikers if you need help. With each successful solo hike, even a short one, you prove to yourself that you can do it. These small wins can help create a solid foundation for taking on more challenging hikes over time. One of the most empowering ways to overcome your fear of hiking alone is building confidence through preparation. Planning helps reduce anxiety. Doing trail research, creating your route, checking mileage and elevation gain, looking up trail, road, and weather conditions, reading trip reports, and understanding how to get to the trailhead all help you prepare for your hike and can help eliminate unknowns along the way. Using the right tools can help build trust in your decisions. Digital navigation apps like AllTrails, Guide GPS, or Onyx Backcountry provide maps, trip reports, weather information, and navigation tools that can help you feel grounded and supported even without a hiking partner. Having the right gear can help you feel safer. Pack the right gear for the right conditions and always carry the 10 essentials with you on all of your hikes. The 10 essentials are a list of items you should always pack with you for every trip you go on, no matter how long you plan on being out on trail. The 10 essentials are designed to help you be prepared for the worst case scenario in the event of an emergency where you have to stay out on trail longer than anticipated. The 10 essentials include navigation, sun protection, insulation, illumination, a first aid kit, fire, repair kit and tools, extra food, extra water, and an emergency shelter. Pack safety gear that will help you feel safer when hiking alone, like a whistle, a personal safety alarm, a knife, multi-tool, or a can of bear spray, or either a personal locator beacon or a satellite messenger with two-way messaging. Get comfortable with and practice using all of your gear before heading out on trail alone. This means using your navigation system to plan your route, using your navigation system while navigating through your neighborhood, filtering water using your water filter, and sending practice messages to friends and family using your satellite messenger. The more comfortable you are using your gear, the more prepared you'll be for your hike and the more confident you'll feel being out there by yourself. Just remember that preparation helps turn fear into confidence and practice turns uncertainty into capability. You got this. And finally, sharing your plans and staying aware are essential habits that can help you overcome your fear of hiking alone. Let someone you trust know of your plans before heading out on trail for your solo hike. Share your itinerary and the route you created for your hike along with your expected return time and what to do if you don't check back in with them. Don't forget to always check back in with your trusted person as soon as you finish your hike. This way they know not to come looking for you or send for help. Knowing that someone off trail is aware of your whereabouts while you're out hiking alone can help provide peace of mind both for you and the person at home, especially if you have a way to communicate with them during your hike while you're out of cell and Wi-Fi service. Always be aware of your surroundings when you're out hiking alone. Try not to be distracted with being on your phone or listening to a podcast or music with both earbuds in. If you're using your phone as a navigation device, stop and pull off to the side of the trail to look at your map and orient where you're at, and then put it away before continuing on with your hike. By paying attention to what's around you and noticing things like trail markers, trail junctions, wildlife, and weather changes, you'll help prevent yourself from making mistakes, feeling disoriented, and getting lost, which can be major causes of fear when hiking alone. Every one of these fears mentioned in this video is a valid and common fear most people have about hiking alone. But don't let fears and the what ifs hold you back from doing the things you love and want to do. Each one of these fears can be faced thoughtfully and responsibly with preparation, knowledge, and experience. And remember, fears lose power when you face them. You don't have to be fearless to hike alone. You just have to be prepared. By working through my fears of hiking alone, I'm now less scared and less intimidated about solo hiking and feel more comfortable with being out on trail by myself. If I can do this, so can you. I'm curious, what's one thing you're going to start doing today to face your fear of hiking alone? Tell me down in the comments below. If you like this video and got some value out of it, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for new videos each week and hit the bell icon to get notified each time new videos are posted. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy trails and keep on trucking. Went down the wrong way.